I say this behind closed doors. I say it on Brenneman Shows Up. I'll say it on friggin' ESPN. I don't care. They would never have me on ESPN. But I think Tua is great.
The number one, tight end in the country.
Adam Brenneman, tight end, Cedar Cliff.
And then popped up.
Touchdown! Adam Brenneman, a 14-yard strike.
What's up, guys? Welcome into Brenneman Shows Up. I'm Adam Brenneman. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona. Going to talk to Mike Gesicki, the Dolphins star tight end, and Nick Scott, the star safety for the LA Rams. Just won a Super Bowl. Mike and Nick are here for a vacation with a bunch of my former teammates from Penn State. So going to sit down and talk to those guys about all things life on and off the field. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Press the like button. Going to be posting a lot of cool content. Let's go talk to Nick and Mike.
Honestly, we should change the show from Brenneman Shows Up to Gesicki Shows Up because I came all the way out to Scottsdale to do this.
You guys like Scottsdale?
It's beautiful.
First time?
It's beautiful.
I know you were here
Love
for the Fiesta Bowl, right?
Fiesta Bowl, we were here, and that's why we came back, really. Had the time of our lives in Old Town, so we had to come back.
Where'd you go for the Fiesta Bowl? Bottle Pond?
Yeah.
I didn't go out.
Bottle Bond, International.
International?
Yeah, it's a club over there. Wherever Saeed and Deshaun took off to.
No, Scottsdale's a place, man. I've been here for like 2 years now. This is definitely a place to be.
Yeah, I like it. It just gets hot as shit.
No, it's so hot. Yeah, how was when you golfed yesterday? Was it?
It wasn't that bad. It kind of felt like Cali. It was like 90s, but the thing about Cali is you always have a nice little breeze. So.
Yeah, it was 90, but I didn't sweat a drop.
Yeah, it's dry heat.
As opposed to Miami, it'll be 85 and you feel like you're gonna have a heat stroke.
Yeah.
Miami, as soon as you walk out the door, you're drenched.
Yep.
I don't know how you do that every
Imagine
day.
practicing in it for, bro. When I practice, legitimately, I lose anywhere between 15 to 18.
And that's all you
in one practice.
Do y'all have an indoor facility?
Yeah, but we don't use it unless
Man, y'all should use that just for the AC.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, but we don't because they do the.
What are you weighing during the season? Do you get down to the 230s?
I start the season at 250, and then by
235.
the end of the season, I'm down to 235.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a wide receiver, essentially.
By the
Absolutely.
by the end of the season, you're not going to catch me in a 3-point stance.
I mean, I don't think we ever see you in a 3-point. It's actually I want to see the stats on the tendencies of when you're in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It has to be
If I ever see you in
89.
a 3-point stance, it's BS.
It's definitely been a while.
Do you guys ever run the ball when you're in?
Yeah, but I mean, now we have a whole new scheme and everything. But in the past, we would run the ball out of our 12 personnel with me and Durham. But then I would just take the receiver role and I would go block the safety.
Man, they might ask you to block this year with that scheme.
Yeah, everything's
They gonna
different.
try.
Yeah.
49ers, all they do is run.
Who calls it? Is it McDaniel?
I mean, we have an OC head coach. I mean, there's a whole everybody's kind of
part of it.
Yeah.
How was the franchise tag process? What's that like? What happens when that? I'm generally curious. What actually happens? So you're on the contract year. How does that process go to getting tagged?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of just like a waiting game. When the tag deadline is, and you know that it's a possibility, but you don't know what's going to happen. And I was on my honeymoon in Bora, and the tag deadline was the next day, and was still up in the air. Didn't know if I was gonna be able to hit free agency, if they were gonna tag me. And then I got a text at 3:30 a.m. Bora time, because it was 6 hours behind. So it was really 9:30 a.m. Eastern time or whatever, from my agent. And he was like, hey, they're tagging you. And I rolled over in the middle of the night and looked at my phone, tapped Hallie. I was like, hey, we're staying in Miami for another year.
Dude, that picture you posted in Bora, signing that was the biggest flex I've ever.
Listen,
Did you see that?
I did see that.
It was honestly just the situation I was in. They tagged me while I was on my honeymoon. I'm sitting on my back deck. I'm like, all right, well,
Man,
Dude, he lives a lot.
I gotta sign this paper. So
what did I say to you when I reached out to you after that?
probably straps.
No, but we can get to that later.
Yeah.
We can get to that later. Said, congratulations on being financially free. You called me a sick man.
You are. I mean,
I'm trying to, that's my boy. Congrats, man. You did it. You're sick.
Yeah, you are.
Mike doesn't know what financially free means.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I was just looking at the thing and saw the number. I was like, all right. Like
That is like a different like level of like it's one thing to like make a couple million a year. When you're making like 10 million 1 year,
It's crazy.
that's like a whole other level of money.
we'll call it 11.
11.
Call it 11.
Wait, but should it be 16 or 18?
If you're referring to the wide receiver franchise tag, that would have been 18.5. But here we are.
You're not a receiver?
That's why they got your hand in the dirt trying to save a couple.
I don't want to pay you.
Not trying to pay him like that.
That was all. It doesn't matter what I do this year. Honestly, it was all based upon what position I lined up the most in the year before your contract. So like,
Oh, really?
like technically speaking, by like the lay of the law, like it was receiver. But like,
Should we fight it?
I'm not a big controversy guy. You know, I just kind of go with
You're
the flow.
treading lightly right now with what you're saying.
Smart guy.
Yeah, he's smart.
PR guy.
But no, I feel like every time a tight end gets tagged, that's always a discussion. Like Jimmy Graham, it happened. Like
Yeah,
they're
I mean-
always like trying to fight for the wide receiver
Well,
tag.
Jimmy, when he got tagged, I don't know why I'm saying it. Like I know him on first name basis. When Jimmy Graham got tagged, he fought it, and they essentially settled because then they gave him an extension like that during that process. So like technically, did he lose the grievance? Yes, but then they settled and gave him like the number he wanted regardless. So it was like he won.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What's new in Nick Scott's life, man? You had quite the come up this past year.
Dude, man.
Super Bowl champion. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Super Bowl was crazy.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be chasing that feeling for the rest of my life, man.
Yeah, like
That
take,
is crazy.
take us through that playoff run. Like what's that? What's that
Well,
like?
first, the craziest thing about it is like how my season went. My season personally, like I went into camp as the fifth safety on the depth chart. Basically, like just worked my butt off.
Were you
going
even sure
to
you
the
were gonna make the
season.
team?
Huh?
You sure you were gonna make the team?
Oh yeah, because I play special teams. I'm good. I'm always locked in with my special teams coordinator.
Why do you just disrespect you like that?
But no,
That was well, if you're the fifth safety, sometimes not all teams care
I
about
would
that.
say because of what I did in special teams at Penn State, like I never worried about whether or not I was going to be on a roster because I was a high commodity from a like late round free agent standpoint, whereas like we need this guy on our 46 for teams. So I've been cool. But yeah, fifth safety on the depth chart, coming to the season, the third safety, and then boom, you fast forward to the last game of the season, both of our safeties get knocked out. So we jump into that San Fran game, is the one they had to come back. It's me and Terrell Burgess. We basically, you know, we like smoked it. We had a lead, up by 17, they came back. So it was looking kind of ugly. Coaches were like, man, like, I don't know what the heck we're going to do. We got Nick Scott back there. We got Terrell back there. We got Eric Weddle, obviously, and then we just took off. I just tried to, you know, do my part, make splash plays when I could.
You made some big plays.
And I tried, man. And then, you know, obviously got a ring, but it was crazy, man. Everything that happened, there's a lot of turmoil and turnover. Guys were dropping like flies. Eric Weddle comes in. Like, I think Eric Weddle got the best story out of anybody on that team besides
When did
Cooper Kupp.
he sign in?
For the first playoff game for the Cardinals. So he signed right after.
Yeah, he wasn't even playing, right?
No, he wasn't. He was coaching his kids' football team. And they said they called him and they're like, you been running? He's like, I mean, yeah. And they said, all right, cool. Like, you're probably going to tear your hamstring or your Achilles or your pec or something, but we could use you. And he's like, all right, babe. Yeah, like, no problem, man. Like, let's win. So he gets in there. He's balling. Obviously, we get to the Super Bowl. In the first quarter, this dude tears his pec, thugs it out for the rest of the game.
That's
bro.
crazy.
He takes his pads off in the locker room. His whole chest and shoulders like black and blue. He comes from a different era of football.
Yeah.
That's like a different level. Like
Yeah.
that's tough football. It's different. So, but it was great playing with him, learning from him.
What's like the night like after the Super Bowl? Like what happens after? When's the parade? Like a couple days later?
Parade is 2 days. 2 days after. Honestly,
That's probably the biggest high you can ever get.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be chasing that feeling for the rest of my career. Like there's literally nothing like it. Like the game was cool, but it went by like that. What the Super Bowl actually is, if you win, is all the stuff that comes after. Like that's what you really remember. Like I don't really remember many specifics from the game, but I remember as soon as that thing struck zero, I remember what that confetti looked like. I remember seeing my parents come down on the field. Holly got on the field. Like those are the moments.
How's that work? Like, do you get like X amount of people you can bring on the field, or what?
Yeah, we had like 2, or it was supposed to be like 2 tickets each, I think, because of COVID and everything like that.
But you got your parents and Holly?
Yeah, because players who weren't using their 2.
Gotcha.
You throw you 2, they give you 2, but of course you had to buy them.
Yeah.
What's the what do you, for both of you, what do you think's like the biggest difference between like college and NFL from like a lifestyle perspective, like of playing football? Like for example, I asked, me and Trace were talking about it.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how like in the NFL it's like kind of like a little lonelier than college.
Oh
like,
yeah, every man for himself, kind of. I feel like that's how everybody feels. Everybody's a grown man and like got their own kids and whatnot. So guys go to work and go home. You know, we would like chill in the locker room. Well, Mike wouldn't, but we would chill in the locker room for like hours just after practice, like just tired, but just shooting it with your bros, and because you had nothing to do. Come back to the dorms, like.
I mean, for me, like, I would say like the biggest difference, like on the field, I would say in like college, say you got 11 guys on one side of the ball, like I'd say like 3 or 4 of them are like
NFL
like
talent.
elite, like good players, like gonna make plays and like are dudes. You get to the NFL and like if not all 11, like 10 of the 11, like you know what I'm saying, like maybe there's 2 guys out on there that are like, all right, like feel like you can take advantage of that guy or this guy, but like for the most part, like everybody's there for a reason, obviously. So like that's like the biggest thing on the field, and then off the field, I mean, like he said, like everybody says, like it's your job. Like it's literally it's all you do. So you don't have any other requirements or things to worry about other than football and then your family. So like I get there at probably like 6:30, then I get home.
In the morning?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I get there at probably like 6:30 and get home at probably 6:30.
You do a lot of extra like early morning offensive meetings and whatnot.
So like I'll go in.
You and Tua.
Well, I'll go in, breakfast, we'll do like some like past game stuff and you know just kind of like ins and outs of all that, and then obviously then do you guys start with the team meeting every day?
Not every day, but
Yeah.
like beginning of the week.
Yeah, I've actually that just now, like we don't always start off with a team meeting, but my first 4 years I've had 2 head coaches. I had Gase and Flo, and we both did team meetings every day, and then you go into special teams, whatever.
Just like Coach Frank?
Exactly. I finally just got out of special teams meetings. Now I don't have to sit in on special.
What were you doing in special teams?
Exactly. I've never taken a rep of special teams, dating all the way back to college, but like I'm like 3rd on the depth chart in punt. Like
For the wing.
We were actually playing. I was the 3rd or 4th string, literally like left guard. We're playing in New York against the Jets last year, and like Durham like goes down, but not like for the full game, but just like suddenly, and then the backup goes down, and like before I know it,
And
like,
you started sweating.
before I know it, like I'm literally the next guy up. And like my joke has always been like, I don't know why I'm in these special teams meetings, because like we would play with 10 guys before we put.
Would you have
there.
any idea what to do if you went out there?
Bro?
What about practice? You take reps in practice?
No, because I was like the 3rd or 4th, so like it's always the 1st and 2nd.
First,
team.
second group, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm just like sitting there like I'm never gonna go in, and like before I know it, like it's like 3rd down, and I'm like I better make a play here, or else my ass is setting on punt.
Yeah, that was gonna be a block.
And, thankfully, I didn't have to take a rep at punt, but that was literally the extent of my special teams career. That and hands team.
Anything that requires getting physical, we don't like to.
Nope. Stay away from that.
How did you see the Twitter thing with Tua and that all the people talking about the throw he made on Twitter a couple days ago?
The underthrow.
I mean,
dude, the fans and media are so crazy. It was like the slight.
I didn't even notice. Like when I seen it, I didn't even notice. And then I was looking at the comments, or I saw the thing trending. I think I showed it yesterday. I was like, what are people like?
Bro,
why can't they just let it go?
In all honesty, like if you're running the Dolphins social media, like post a better. It was the first one, the first throw they posted of Tua.
Bro, fans are ruthless, bro.
Yeah, people are just so bored, and they're just like you.
Like he underthrew him.
You could say anything about anything, and people are gonna just hype it up.
Media's trying to get retweets. I was out there tweeting.
I'm sure you were. I'm very, very hesitant to hang out with you these days.
Dude,
I'm kidding, bro. Relax. No, but I love playing with Tua, and like I say this behind closed doors. I say it on Brenneman Shows Up. I'll say it on friggin' ESPN. I don't care. They would never have me on ESPN. But like, I think Tua is great. I think he has a really strong arm, and I think he's extremely accurate. And that's like, he can put it wherever he wants. And I mean, I think I've only gotten like a better connection with him as our 2 years have progressed. So I'm fired up to.
I'm excited to see your guys' offense. It's going to be tough.
The only thing I was worried about was when we first drafted him was, I was like, damn, like I've never caught from a lefty before. I think I caught like 2 balls from like Billy Fest.
Is there a difference?
Like outside of that, like I've never caught from a lefty before. And so the first day that like I caught from him, and like he throws a super tight spiral, so like you literally
It doesn't matter.
You can't even tell which way it's spinning. You just go catch it. So, but I did flip the jugs machine around because you can flip it and like how it spins.
I didn't
Exactly. Yeah.
But then we would rotate quarterbacks in college.
Yeah.
So you had like one drive to right, one drive to left.
Yeah.
I called everything.
Everything. Yeah.
What
all American. I mean, we've seen it on every single one of your. It was like Sporting News 4th team All American, but it was All American.
Dude, it was like consensus. No,
Yeah.
It was like the Athletics, like 15 All Americans. I was texting the reporter like, dude, throw me on that All American. Have you met Chase Edmonds yet?
Yeah, Chase is awesome. Yeah, he's cool. He's a good dude. Like cool personality, good guy to have in the locker room, and really good player on the field too. So fired up to have him.
You guys got some talent, man.
Yeah, we do. We got.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dolphins look like y'all might be able to do something this year.
Yeah, we had a good offseason. But I mean, it's May. Like everybody's optimistic and all that kind of stuff. So you gotta wait until the season starts.
You're gonna get the big deal after next season if you play well.
If I earn it, that's it. I don't have any controversy for you. I don't have any.
I'm not looking for controversy. I'm just
big takes. I mean, that's what it is in this league. Like if you play well and you make plays and you show that they need you, then you'll get money. So
You need to stop jumping.
absolutely, yeah. Listen,
You want
I
that
don't know
big
what
money,
it is.
you better stop jumping.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because like now that like we're doing a whole lot.
We literally played you guys, and like our scouting report on you, like at the bottom was like, he's a jumper. So like with your tackling approach, like we got, he's a jumper. Like,
Bro,
he has bad intentions, like trying to run you over. You're a jumper. It's crazy.
Like now that we're.
But it never goes well for
Never,
you.
ever. I think it's gone well literally one time in my life. But like now that we're doing this like San Fran stuff, like we see a lot of like George Kittle stuff and like him run after the catch. He's probably legitimately like the best in the league, like in any position. Like I don't, yes.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. Like that dude's either
Debo.
that dude's gonna run by you or run through you, and like it's ridiculous.
maybe best tight end.
And I think Cooper Kupp is the best person after the catch.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're a defensive guy, and like, so I mean, I respect your opinion.
I appreciate
but
that.
But we're putting Kittle up there.
Oh, he's definitely up there.
Yeah.
My top 3 would be honestly, I got Cooper Kupp at the top, Debo Samuel right under Cooper Kupp. It's very close, and I got George Kittle kind of like.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at here is when he runs with the ball, like nobody's diving at his legs. When I run with the ball, I feel like everybody's low, like coming at me low.
But you run so high.
I literally just like get tabletopped. Like we played on Monday Night Football, and like I caught like a shallow, and like I saw the dude literally just looking at my feet, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna hop him. Literally just did like a front flip, like landed on my back. I'm like, bro, let's just end this game. Yeah.
I remember that play.
Run after the catch is it, dude. Like you can work on all you want. I feel like it's just like a feel. It's just a feel thing. Like I remember when we were in college, Saquon was like, he's like, I'm gonna work with you on this, and this. Like, bro, like me and you can go out on the field, but I can't run like you, and I can't change directions like you. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a feel.
Yeah.
What's Sean McVay like?
Sean McVay, he's a real cool dude, man. He's definitely a player's coach.
Yeah, he seems super chill.
Nah, he's really chill. He's down with all the players. Like, he's just a good coach to have. And like, the best part about it is like he's a player's coach, but he also has the X's and O's part down packed.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is rare. Sometimes you get the X's and O's, but you lose the relationship side. But he's got both, so he's obviously a really special coach. And so I'm lucky to be with the Rams. It's a good organization, so the longer I can be with them, the better.
Yeah.
Maybe get another ring.
Do you have another year before your
this is my 4th year coming up. So Big year, man.
Big year.
Yeah, chasing, trying to solidify this starting role that I owned, and keep the job.
What's the safety market like? Is it? What is the safety market like? Like, is it?
It's big money.
Is it?
It's big money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's only getting bigger because it's turning into a passing league.
Right,
safety money is huge. So
that's why Molly's about to get paid.
Oh, he's gonna get paid, man.
Who is?
Which he deserves.
Oh, Amani.
I did a video on that. Amani's gonna be one of the highest paid DBs in the league, and boy, did that turn into a controversial take for me on both sides. People,
they weren't happy about it.
A lot of people were were saying just because he went to Penn State doesn't mean he's the greatest player.
No, I mean he always finds a way around the ball though.
Dude,
No, if you can find the ball, you're gonna be in the league. If you're a DB and you get the ball or any position on defense, like you're gonna stick. It doesn't matter. Somebody's always gonna want you because of your production. And that's another thing that's like
you made some great plays with the ball this year too.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna get back to that. That's another thing about it's a feel like the vision on ball carrying, like getting the ball back is not something that just happens. You either have that or you don't.
Right.
Like there's some great DBs in the league that are gonna be great pass breakup DBs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's DBs in the league that are gonna jump balls. They're gonna watch the quarterback and just find it every single time.
Yeah.
Punch the ball out. They just got it like that.
Absolutely.
So, but what was your favorite play of the year of all the plays you made? Because I'm thinking right now, you had that pick in the end zone, right?
Honestly, yeah, I did have a pick. I had 2 picks during the season, one in. Everybody thinks my favorite play is picking off Tom Brady. But it actually wasn't.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was the pass breakup
That's right.
that same game, the one where I laid out and broke that up in front of what's his name, Gronk. That was my favorite play.
You knew his name.
No, I didn't.
You knew his name.
I forgot. I don't know his name. Hey, them guys, they just guys. I'm 3-0 against them. But yeah, that was my favorite play, man. Cause big playoff football. It's like 2nd and 10. We're like up 7. You know what I'm saying? 2 of the greatest in the world, greatest tight end in the world right now.
I'm not.
No hard feelings on that.
Greatest quarterback in the world, and just being somebody that they couldn't like get a connection on. Like when they were trying to go, even when he didn't let go of the ball. Like when I was on Gronk, like I was strapping him, and I was just playing like unconscious that game. So that play, that kind of like solidified and shot my confidence through the roof and really took me through the rest of the playoffs.
It's crazy, like in football, you see, even like watching you play, like once you start getting a little bit of momentum, it's like easy just to keep it going. Like, and once you lose momentum, it's like really hard to get it back.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like trust. I feel like, sometimes like there's a lot of great players in the NFL that won't really ever do anything just because they're not put in a position to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, coaches will always have their guys or their draft picks or whatever. And I guess I'm just blessed that it got to a point where they had no choice but to put me on the field. And then that's kind of
earn their trust.
Yeah, and then you got to be what you do with that is what you do with it. So it just I'm blessed it worked out in my favor.
What's married life like for both of you?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Two married men.
I'll let you start.
Married life's great, honestly. Like,
what's it been like? 3 months?
a little bit over 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I mean, I always tell everybody like I've been married since like 2015, anyways.
Bro.
So, yeah.
People forget that I was right there at the beginning of the alley.
Yeah, you were living in the room next door.
You remember when I lived with you, bro?
Yeah, you were upstairs.
I hated it.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you lived?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was after you moved out.
That was a weird year, man.
Yeah, it was after you moved out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
there's a lot of stories about that whole thing. Like even when we lived together was when you couldn't catch a cold.
So I knew this was. I knew this was.
Well, dude, it's a good story.
Like at some point, like are we just gonna not?
It's a great story about
19 years old.
It's a great story about perseverance. That's why I like telling it because look at you now. We just skip past the whole married thing. We're going right back to football.
Yeah,
marriage is great.
Hallie, I'm trying giving you a shout out. I don't know.
We'll go back to the beginning of being married.
No, I mean, it was my sophomore year. I had just like won like the starting job and actually like played well in training camp.
Oh, you're
I played well in training camp and I was like, oh, cool. Like this is happening. This is how I thought it was gonna happen. Like I'm gonna sit behind Jesse my first year and then I'm gonna go in my second year and play well and whatever. And got in and we were playing in a rain game against Buffalo, and I ran like a wheel down the sideline, hacked through a good ball, tried to catch it, went right through my hands. I was wearing gloves.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, like all right, whatever, like no big deal. Then we get down on the goal line and I run a flat route, about to score a touchdown, Hack throws it, drop. 2 in one game, in a rain game. And like before that, I couldn't even tell you last time that like I was dropping the
You
ball.
never dropped the ball. Yeah.
So then like it starts like creeping in your mind like, all right, like you better make the next one.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we play another game against, I think it was like Indiana. I run like a stick nod, get open, drop the ball. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like what is happening? And then the final one that like just ended it was we were playing at Ohio State, and I'm sitting. It's a night game at the.
That's
shoe.
the one I remember.
That's when I remember. That's when I remember it was bad from like a fan input standpoint.
Oh yeah.
That's when it got
so
crazy.
I still remember the exact play. It was 2 guys were running the post, and I was running like a sail, like coming from the inside. They were clearing it all out. I was wide.
Great call by JD.
Coach Donovan dialed it up, and I'm sitting there wide open, like only guy on the field. Hack throws a good ball. I try to catch it with my body because at that point I've dropped 4 balls now in the season with my hands. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm by myself. Like I might as well just, whatever. Bounces right in between the 2 8s.
It's a good thing about like what I was talking about, like when you lose you lose momentum,
exactly.
and you lose confidence.
It's
It's
mental, man. It's a mental game.
And at that point, then it was just like I'm not like mentally in this anymore. Like I was at that point. It was like, don't drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. Don't drop the ball.
I remember that was like a bad time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, we used to read tweets after the game.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
the tweets were brutal.
Yeah.
The tweet.
It's funny how all the fans a year later that they loved you.
Yeah. So
we would read the tweets
Yeah.
and like come across funny ones and like show them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yo, Jason, look at this one.
Right.
It was bad, man,
Yeah.
but it was funny.
So then that happens, and by the end of the year, I ended up like hurting my shoulder. We came back for the bowl game, but they were like, who like at that point it was like we don't need Mike, like we're like it doesn't matter. I played like 3 snaps in the bowl game, and I was sitting there. I remember on the flight home, and I was like I might really have to lock in on school here right now.
I suck at football.
I don't know if this football thing's gonna work out anymore. Then I just literally became obsessed with like the jugs, ball drills, hand-eye coordination, everything, and I've been doing that since 2015, 16, like that.
But it was never an issue with like hand-eye coordination.
No, it was never an issue. It was just getting my confidence back. And then I always tell everybody like Joe Moorhead and Ricky Ronnie, like those are my guys like for life, because like
Changed your life.
Yeah, I mean when Moorhead came in, I mean at that point Moorhead came in and like he wasn't like, oh man, like you're the best. He was just like, all right, like I'm gonna give you a chance to go earn it, and like if you do, then you'll go make plays and do your thing. But Coach Ronnie like sat me down. He's like, listen, like you're gonna be like one of the best tight ends in the country. Like you just gotta go get it. And I'm like, it's like, did you watch the film last year? Like you sure of you?
I don't even know if you know this. Like when I left Penn State, and because I thought it was done playing football, but that like time when I left in like 2016, I think it was, Coach Ronnie took me to breakfast one day and was like, Mike, like as well as anyone on the team, like right now, like tell me like how I coach him, how do I like
right.
So Ronnie was like invested in like making sure he became.
Oh no, he was
awesome.
Like he took me out, like we talked like an hour just about you.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
was the best.
He's like, how did he handle last year, like all this stuff.
Right.
Ronnie's the real deal.
The best.
It's dope.
And then 2016, Trace won the job, and first game of the season, he found me on a touchdown. Like at that point, I was like, I might have something here rolling. And then it just kept going. I made like a one-handed catch against Temple. And
How quickly the fans forget that they hated you the year before.
Oh, that at that point in my life was like when I like learned about all of this stuff. Like not to become like at that point, bro. I was in 2015. I would search my name on Twitter every day. I was on my phone like, oh my god, look at this. Look at
You don't
that.
do that anymore?
No, bro. If I did that now, like it would be ridiculous. Cause like now you see people that are like think I'm this or that in a positive way, and it's just like my favorite quote of all time is don't pay attention to praise or criticism because it's a weakness. You get caught up in either one. Because like if you're getting criticized and you're taking it negatively, or if you're playing the best football of your life and you're getting praised, like what is that doing? Like you still got to go out and make plays.
Yeah.
But Hallie always gets mad at me because like I'll have like a great game And like we'll be driving home from the stadium. She'll be like, "Oh my God, like that was you played great. How about this catch, that catch, scored a touchdown?" And I'll be like, "Nope, like I'm not even talking. Like we're moving on. Like literally because like it's over with. Like I have to go do it again and again and again and again because if I don't play well next week, like guess what?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be like, well, he had a great game last week. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah. So like really, it's a good thing that whole season happened. It changed
that whole season was like the biggest like blessing. Like I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for that because like now I stay after practice. I'm on the jugs every day after practice doing what I do. Like I wouldn't have had the work ethic that I have right now.
Yeah, that's dope.
When I realized like you were actually like big time now was when we were in Vegas for your bachelor party, and I was like, people were like, we're just in public that like aren't Penn State fans like knew who he was, like stopping him. I was like, oh, Mike's actually like an A-list NFL player now. But you know, offensive players I feel like are different too because you got fantasy. So like everyone knows who fantasy players are.
Yeah, I love when people are like, bro, I have you on your fantasy team. And I'm like, why? Like, literally go draft Gronk, go get Darren Waller.
I learned that mistake this year. I kept starting. Yeah, you were 0 points a few games.
Some weeks I'll light it up for you.
Yeah.
I don't call the plays, so I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. No, yeah.
Bro, when you were running back at Penn State, did you ever think you'd be a safety for the Super Bowl champion?
Man, isn't that
Remember
crazy?
When you was a running back?
Yeah.
That was I had dreads too, man. I was doing some soul searching, man.
You trying to figure out
who
yourself,
I was, man. But yeah, it was crazy, man. I think I could have been a pretty good running back though.
I mean, you're athletic, you have the size.
It just didn't work out. It wasn't my cards, but yeah, man. I think moving to safety was the best thing that ever happened to me because, you know, honestly, like let's be real, I was like 100. I came into Penn State like 185 pounds. I was like a scat back. I was 5'11", but like skinny and tall in the Big Ten trying to play running back, which I could have did it. They had some stuff like, you know, I had like a halfback pass and all that stuff, but I ran like a power back, but I was 185 pounds soaking wet. So I'm like, really, like when you move me to defense, it all worked out because it's like I'm aggressive by nature anyway. When it comes to football, I was playing nothing but special teams. So.
Whose idea was that to move to safety, Frank?
Mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they would always like joke with me and be like, "Oh, like you would be a hell of a corner, hell of a safety." So like they kind of planted the idea, but it actually took me right after the Tax Slayer Bowl. I called Franklin and was like, "Hey, like I want to move," because I knew what the deal was with Saquon. He was obviously the guy, and then we had Miles Sanders and Andre coming in, 2 5-star running backs.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Andre Robinson.
Yeah. I was like, let me.
Andre lit it up there for a little bit.
No, he was literally a touchdown. Every time you gave him the ball, he was.
Andre had a nice little stretch there.
Yeah, bro, he was talented, but yeah, it was the best decision for me. I was just playing special teams and tackling anyway. I might as well have been doing it all day in practice and everything. So,
you guys still talk to Franklin?
I still talk to Franklin. I'm real close with his family and the girls.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I was just there for Thon, hanging out with them, staying at their crib. It was nice. So, yeah.
You talk to him a lot?
Yeah, I talk to Franklin. I mean, he'll still like reach out here and there. Like, I remember when I got tagged, he texted me. It's funny how like he's so like locked in on college football that like he was like, so the tag, like, what does that mean? Like, is that a good thing? And I'm like you had like the guy's in the business, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I talk to him absolutely.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's the best.
Nah, I like
Frank a lot too, even after. Like,
yeah.
And I really didn't play for him at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's helped me. Like even when I was coaching, he was like helping me. Like when I was trying to get hired places, he was calling people for me and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm obviously biased, and I think we all are. But like, I would go to Penn State over anywhere in the world.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
Like you could be like, hey, like we got you at oceanfront at UCLA. Like you're like, no,
it's just different.
I'm going to Penn State to live in these mountains, like in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania.
I wouldn't change that.
In a college town run by 18 to 22-year-old kids. Like that place is.
Remember your official visit, the Michigan game?
Yeah, me, you, and Hack. Yeah, it was incredible.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
What was your visit? Was yours with?
My official visit was that O'Brien? You got that official?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my official was a little bit after that Michigan game, but I was committed since like my junior year, so
Committed for a while.
Yeah. But y'all don't want to know about my official visit.
Turn the cameras off.
Yeah, that one was rough.
It was bad.
It was really bad. You want to know the story? Call up Hammy. Ask him what happened. But all I'll say is we went to a frat. We met Chevy Woods. And
who?
Me and Chevy Woods, Taylor Gang. Me and Hammy were back at Hammy's apartment by like 11. So
I'm so lost.
Rough night.
Yours was what did we do on your official visit?
I mean,
we beat Michigan in 4 overtimes.
You guys had just beaten Michigan in 4 overtimes. You were not happy because you had no catches.
No, bro, that game though, I was supposed to have a big game.
I know, dude.
Brian pulled me to the side. I hadn't really played much as a true freshman, and Brian pulls me to the side. He's like, "We're gonna put in a package for you. All these goal line plays."
You're calling everybody from home.
My whole family came, bro. I was like, but Brian's like, "This is like your breakout game as a true freshman." We had a bunch of tight ends. It was, but it was this package play, and then even, bro, I was supposed to win the game. So you don't even know this story. So maybe you do. When it was like 3rd overtime, not the 4th yet.
Okay.
We were kicking the extra point to tie the game.
Yeah.
And O'Brien on the sideline tells everyone we're going for 2 and calls Wheels, which was the package that I was in.
Wheels in Detroit.
And we were running play action where I was the fullback in the flat for the 2-point score.
Yeah.
So we're in the huddle. We're going for 2 and the ball's supposed to go to me in the flat.
Yeah. What did they call timeout or something?
Bro, so I'm in my head. I start thinking,
don't drop it.
Exactly, bro. You can't drop this fast. And I just start thinking, dude, if this happens, I'm a legend at Penn State forever. And he calls it. We're standing there, and O'Brien's he's like, "Oh, kick it!" And
oh
then
my
changes
God,
my mind.
man.
And then we won the next.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I mean that night was sick.
That was probably the solidifying moment. I'm like, I have no choice. I have to come here.
Yeah. At that point, I was I had just visited Ohio State 2 weeks earlier, and I remember when on my official visit with they had me going out with Braxton Miller, who was the coolest college football player ever at that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is sick. And then they sent me out with you at Penn State. So it was really 2 sides of the spectrum. But honestly, I mean, that visit to Penn State was I was like, this place is 4 hours from my house. I get to play for Bill O'Brien. I get to play with Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah.
This is unreal. So.
Back to being married.
Oh yeah.
Married life, man.
So how best dancer at the wedding? Who do you give it to?
Best dancer at the wedding.
Yeah. Saquon taking home the cake.
Yeah, he was.
Those videos went viral of you guys. Someone posted you guys.
I'm gonna give it to for many different reasons to Fitz. Fitz was he danced with my
that friendship you have with him is
he's
one
the
of the funniest things.
He's my guy.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, for those who don't know who Fitz is.
He came up to me. He's like, hey, I think I'm gonna dance with your grandma. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I want to slow dance with your grandma. I was like, all right. And I go and tell my grandma. My grandma thinks that Fitz is like the top of the top, which he is. He
is the top of the top.
But I was like, hey, grandma, Fitz wants to dance with you. My grandma hasn't moved that fast in 20 years. She popped up, right up, ready to dance with Fitz. I mean, it was a super cool memory for her, for me. But no, I mean, the wedding was cool. It was unbelievable. I mean, the venue was great. The experience was awesome. The whole time I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Hallie's walking down the aisle, and I'm like, all right, I'm biting my teeth inside, trying. I didn't cry then, and then I said my vows, and I was just
over with.
Done.
Started talking, looking at Hallie. But no, it was awesome. that experience, and then going on the honeymoon afterwards, it was incredible.
She's been there through it all, man. She's been through the whole.
I always tell everybody, I'm like, listen, Hallie. So we talked about the Ohio State thing. Hallie started dating me 2 weeks after the Ohio State game. I was like, that's how I know this.
She's the one.
Because when everybody in the world was like, Mike Gesicki, why? Hallie's like, oh yeah, I love him.
It is so true. It's so true though. The moment when after you met her, you were like,
I was. Hallie she always jokes. She's like, how about stock when it was super low? That just shot up.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
Yeah.
How was your wedding?
It was cool, man. I got married kind of smack dab in the middle of COVID, which worked out great because I didn't have to invite anybody really.
Yeah, saved a lot of money.
Yeah, saved a lot of money. I had 40 total people at my wedding. It was just close family. Didn't invite any teammates or friends because I felt like if I invited one, the list was just going
You got everybody.
keep growing. Yeah, so kept it simple, but it was nice. It was real intimate. It was real fun. I didn't cry.
Did you say your own vows?
I said my own vows.
And you
still
didn't cry?
No.
I'm soft as hell.
Thug.
I'm soft.
Thugged it out. The only time I actually almost cried, and Holly looked amazing.
Yeah.
I love her to death. She was beautiful. The only time I actually almost cried was seeing my parents walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang.
Right.
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why that hit me, but
Yeah.
but you know me, like I'm high energy, like big smile on my face all the
Right.
time. So I was just cheesing, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really, I don't really express that emotion by crying, but yeah, it was a great time. And then marriage has been fun. You know, married my best friend, so
Yeah, that's sweet.
we just, you know, enjoy each other's company, have fun, joke around, go places. Yeah, so yeah,
I need to get married.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
The one thing that I always try to talk about because the fans like hearing about it is like what you're doing investment wise, like with your money, and that's kind of a hot trend right now is like sports and business and investments. A lot of players are like doing some cool stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you guys do anything cool?
I actually just had this conversation yesterday with Jason because he's like, Jason's a damn businessman. He's literally in the car. We're driving to the golf course and he's like on the phone with somebody talking about buying this property and turning it into an Airbnb and this, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
And like right after that, I was like, bro, like I need to like do something like obviously like I'm invested in the stock market and all that kind of stuff. But like outside of that, like I feel like there's so many ways to like have your money make you money.
And you have access to like deals and stuff that
Right.
you never would have, like because you're playing.
Yeah.
Like people want to have you as.
I mean, that's the best time to do this stuff is kind of while you're cool, you know?
Yeah.
While your name is hot and people want to work with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know for myself, I'm kind of starting to dabble in the investment property world. I just bought a home that right now I'm going to live in just because it's out in California, but I don't plan on ever selling it, even if I have to go play somewhere else or anything like that. Just turn it into a rental property and hopefully.
Did you buy
that.
a place yet in Florida? Or you
I've been renting the same spot.
So you just bought a beach house, didn't you?
So I've essentially just been burning money every year in
That's
rent for 4 years now. But yeah, me and Hallie and I are building a house in New Jersey right now.
That's big money.
Yeah, it'll be.
That's dope.
It's supposed to be done in July, so we're in like the process right now, picking all the details and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean Hallie's in the
She's
process
doing
of
it
picking all the details and me.
So what?
Yeah, good job. Hal.
What goes into building a house? Like, how much are you actually in touch with the
So
architect?
the builder is he's building 12 houses in a development right now.
No,
So,
I see
like,
what
I
you're saying.
didn't-
So you buy the plot.
Yeah.
of
So
land.
I didn't like design the house specifically.
Yeah,
Like
it's a builder. It's a style of home.
it's him, and then like you pick all the details and all that kind of stuff.
Got you.
Yeah. So it's cool. That's how we wanted it because like we didn't want to like live in a house that like anybody else had lived in before. Like this is like our spot. So
One thing they say people always forget when they're building a home is storage space.
yeah.
Remember that.
I mean, we got 5 bedrooms. It's like 4,300 square feet. It's like, and it's just me and Hallie. So like, where's gonna be like with too much space for the two of us.
Is that kind of like your first splurge? Like not splurge, it's not splurge, but like your first big purchase?
Yeah, that's like my only big purchase.
You don't spend a lot of money other than Vegas.
No, yeah, I mean, I was in the Vegas definitely hit the pockets, but no, I mean, I was in the car yesterday and like I think Ko was asking me like, yo, like what do you do now? Like do you do this and this? I'm like, bro, like you remember in 2017 senior year of college, like when I was 22 years old, like now I'm 26. Like that's the only thing that's changed. Like I do the exact same stuff. Like I'm driving the same car. Like Durham always jokes with me. He's like, bro, like get a new car. Like Durham's driving around in a Tesla and I'm literally in my Toyota Tundra that got like hit in a parking lot one day, scratches on it. Like have no like idea who did it. Like my truck looks terrible, but like I don't care about that kind of stuff. Like
Durham's so cool.
Oh, Durham is the man. Like that's my guy. Yeah. Smite, yeah. Yeah.
He got a new deal too, didn't he?
He did.
They kept both you guys.
2 for $8, Durham. Yeah.
That's dope.
2 for 8?
Yeah.
That's good. That's what he told. I was asking him at Vegas what he wanted. He said 4.
Yeah. So yeah.
What are you driving?
Right now, Dodge Hellcat 2020. Yeah, that was my Super Bowl gift to myself. I told Holly, I've been like tripping off a Hellcat for like years. Fell in love with Dodge. I had a GT, supercharged it, and got addicted to the power. So I got obsessed with the Hellcat and basically been trying to figure out a time to buy it. And it was like week 16 or 17 before we got to the playoffs. And I was like, you know what, Holly, like if we win the Super Bowl, I'm just gonna get that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She's like, all right, then do it. And I still wasn't gonna pull the trigger until she reminded me. She said, you said you would do it, so just pull the trigger. So I was like, forget it. Super Bowl check came in, cash, boom, give me the Hellcat. I need it. So yeah, it's dope.
What do you think's been for both of you guys like one of the toughest times of your NFL career so far? Like just a time I always like to talk about. We just talked about some adversity stuff a little bit, but like
It's probably my rookie year, just because like I always say that like the NFL is about like the situation you're in and the opportunity that like you're presented with. Like that's all it is. So like everybody in the league can, I would say for the most part, can go out and make plays and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all about the situation you're in and like the system that you're in and then the opportunity, because like you don't know how many opportunities you're gonna get. So like you better be ready when that opportunity comes. And in my first year, I didn't make a single play for 16 games. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then for the first 4 games of my second year, I still hadn't done anything. And I'm like when is it gonna switch?
your second round pick.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And like, I mean, you don't know how long like a team's gonna invest in you for. So like you better start making plays. And then finally in a 2-minute drill, we were playing Washington at home in 2019, and I was running like a seam, and Fitz just threw like a back shoulder, and I just went back and grabbed it. And like it was like at that point, it was like then it just started snowball effect. It was just one week turned into 2 good weeks, turned into like my first 100-yard game. Turned like it was like it just kept going, and you just gotta just keep making the most of your opportunities when they come.
Yeah, for sure. I think my toughest time was my second year. I was in this weird kind of transition period where I was still that like special teams guru and leader and everything like that. But, you know, I had been working my tail off at just my safety work. Because one thing I always say, like one thing I try to live by, which pays dividends to where I am now, is like owning your role, but never settling for it. Yeah. So, you know, like I love special teams. I love being in the NFL for that reason, but I'm always trying to move to the next thing. And that second year, we had 2 safeties leave, and I was the 3rd safety on the depth chart on paper when those guys left. And then we drafted 2 safeties, and I was immediately moved back down to 5. So that was just kind of tough. Felt like an uphill battle. I knew what I was capable of. I believed in my ability and everything like that, but I just wasn't getting an opportunity to show
all
it.
it is.
So
it's literally opportunity.
Is the draft interesting? Like because you don't know if they're going to draft somebody at your position. Like is that ever like weird to like watch or see? Like you're just do you know going in the draft that they're going to take a safety if they're going to take a tight end?
Oh no, I mean not unless you're like a franchise guy. I guess that they kind of
to communicate with.
Yeah, communicate with, but. I mean, you really can't worry about that stuff. Like, it just comes down to your own process. Like,
yeah, I mean, last year we drafted a tight end in the 3rd round, and Hunter Long out of Boston College. Yeah,
he's still there.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, and I had like no idea, but now like Hunter's one of like my best friends on the team. Like, it's just how it goes, and like everybody in the locker room understands. Like,
you gotta compete every day.
Yeah, nothing's personal in any way, shape, or form. It's all just competition and going out and making the most of your opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we go golf?
Let's golf, man.
How do we feel about who's gonna win golf?
I'm gonna take the day today.
I'm telling you,
who won yesterday?
Saquon.
Yeah,
how did that happen?
Exactly.
When I saw that in the
I don't know.
Apparently he's been getting lessons like 3 times a week. He's been like, yeah.
You know who really improved? Mark.
Did he actually hit whatever he hit yesterday?
That's a high score. He shot like 120.
No, but no,
like that's not,
Mike, in golf you want the low score.
No, Koa said that like he's been with Mark before where he hit like a 98 or something like that. I'm like,
Mark hit a 98?
I watched Mark on the
Mark last year when we did this last year.
I was like, I'm not the worst
Mark
guy here.
quit the hole, or he quit the course.
Oh, really?
In the middle of the course.
Oh, okay.
Last year. And like where he progressed from last year to this year, like this dude could not hit the ball like straight. Couldn't hit the ball out 50 yards. Mm-hmm. Like he would just slice it or top it or something.
Yeah.
And now he's like
making contact.
Got his pitching wedge out, putting stuff on the green, chipping it on it, like putting.
That's funny.
Like, okay then.
Do you pay us for this?
No. Considering, I mean, I'm all for like you know, like free capitalism, like market stuff, like considering that you make $10 million a year
11.
and I don't,
11.
I make considerably less than that. I do all right. Like for like most of my peers, I do pretty well, but like compared to you two, I'm not quite there.
California taxes.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. Yeah, let's just keep going. Screw golf.
You
California.
lose all of
What's
your
that
money.
like?
You lose all your money.
I spend so much money on
Sometimes you get. I've gotten checks that are less than half.
Stop it.
I have.
That makes me sick.
Close, but less than half.
Florida.
Come to Florida. Come to
That's
Florida.
the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, Cali, what's the trade-off? The trade-off is like the whole entire state of California is your backyard. It's like you could do anything and everything you want there. So if you can afford to live there, why not?
It is such a sick place.
And right now it doesn't really matter because you get taxed in every state that you play in. So
Yeah.
even if I have a permanent spot in Pennsylvania and I play 7, 8 home games, I'm still getting that state income tax. So.
Where's your place in LA? Like what part?
It's in Simi Valley, just outside Thousand Oaks, which is like 45 minutes north of West Hollywood.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Is that far from your facility?
my crib?
Yeah.
No, it's like 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
10, 15 minutes. So, but they're trying to move to Woodland Hills, which is closer to LA.
I just remember I didn't finish with the question I ask every time. Kind of corny, but
Oh boy.
what's your why?
What is my why? We'll let Mike start on that one.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if I gave you like my why right now, I'd be like making it up. I have no idea. Like just go out like I guess.
Let me add some context to that question because it's kind of so. I feel like whenever I talk to like people like you guys that are like highly successful, like there's always some kind of like motivation that like is bigger than just yourself or bigger than.
Man, if I had to put anything, it's like,
every single person I've talked to has had a pretty good answer, and then
I got nothing for this guy. Yeah, this is. I mean, honestly, maybe just because like it's what I've always like dreamed of doing. Like from the time I was a little kid, I always said I want to be a professional athlete, and like now I'm here and like have this opportunity in front of me to do it.
Right.
Like obviously you can be like, I want to set up my family for the rest of their life. Like you do, but like
that's not the motivating.
I don't know. Like my why, like keep fucking balling, making plays, and have fun because like why not? Like
that's such a Mike answer.
Because why not?
Yeah, like that.
What else? What are you gonna do when you're done playing football? That's what
I'm gonna coach high school basketball. I'm coaching. I'm gonna have the best high school basketball in all.
Bro, I could see you on the stopping on the sideline.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, my team is gonna be disciplined. All right, we're not gonna be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but we're gonna be disciplined.
Gritty
right?
guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It pretty much goes against everything that I stand for.
But we're not gonna be physical. No charges are gonna take.
Yeah.
That's
Just
funny.
threes and dunks, but yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
I'll say.
Let me just put this out here. Like I love my family and like my wife.
Yeah,
and,
this guy sucks, man.
They're my why. And,
I hate how you acted. That was like the dumbest question of all time.
Time to go? All right. My why is, I'm faith-based, so, I feel like God gave me these talents, and so it's my job to put them on display and kind of honor him and not let it go to waste. And then otherwise, just myself. Like I want to be proud of myself at the end of the day. Yeah. So
I'm such a
same
boring
thing.
guy.
Same thing as Mike. I love my family. I love my wife.
I feel like that goes without saying.
Well,
though,
but
like,
my thing, the reason why I don't say they're my why is because they would love me regardless of what I do on the field.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
Like I don't have to do anything for them.
Hallie would love me more if I didn't play football. like if I was just home all day hanging out with her, like she would love that way more.
I love it. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, brother. This was fun. Make me look good.